Good evening, everyone, or good afternoon, depending on what part of the world I am coming to you from today. I think it looks as though I'm live, so I'm just going to flick my way over to the comments. Hopefully, someone can let me know that I am able to be heard. Maria, I can already see that you're with me. I'm using my I was going to say new. It's not new, my new-ish live streaming software. So I have tried one live before and it seemed to work. And yeah, I thought we'll try again and let's see how it works. So I may need to apologize for the fact that I am running around various screens here trying to figure it all out. But yes, hello, amazing. I can see that you guys can all see and hear me, which is very good news. There's actually quite a lot of you. There's quite a lot of you here already, which is great news. I can see 30 of you, and we've only just started. So, look, if you happen to be new here, you just stumbled on my live for the first time, then please make yourself very much at home. I'm Fraser. I cruise, as does everybody else here on the live tonight. So, yes, great if you come along with me and click subscribe here on YouTube. Tonight, we're going to be live for I don't really know. We'll be live for as long as you guys keep me entertained and as long as I can keep you entertained for. So that might be 20 minutes or it might be the hour. I get a funny feeling we'll probably be able to get through more time than less. Probably a fair way of putting it. Um, the sound is horrible. That is not very good news. Um, how bad are we talking? Let me see. I can see if I can play around with some settings while we're here. I'm going to be talking so that we can see. If I change this to that, you should hopefully have just heard a change. If I close this menu, and if that's the new sound, is the quality here better? I like I'm about to go into a tunnel. Okay, well, I can confirm I'm not. I'm very much stationary in a room, but yeah, let me see. Someone let me know if that sound has got better. Paul reckons it's better. Maria reckons a little bit better. Maybe I can move the microphone over as well. Louise better. Okay, great. Well, thank you for that. That proves that we're live, doesn't it? So yes, I'm very glad that we were able to fix that because that would have been a bit of a disaster had we just gone live and yeah, nobody could hear me. So look, everyone that's here, there's 36 of you here right now. I would massively appreciate it if you could jump down below and give the live your thumbs up. That would be amazing. I've got quite a few. I've got a few. Sorry, I can see in the comments. Yes, it is probably the local dialect. The problem was, so Solent Chips, you're absolutely right. The problem was this little mic wasn't um, pulling through, so it was pulling through from my laptop, which was way down here. So that explains what the echo was. So hopefully we're all good now. So yes, back to where we were. Welcome to the live. If anyone's got any questions tonight, it'd be great. Let's open up. Let's see what we want to talk about. All you have to do is fire a little message in the chat, which should be on your screen, and we'll be able to work our way through. First up tonight, I did want to talk to you about this map that's behind me at the moment. I always get confused because when you're on camera, it's obviously the other way around. But this map is behind me at the moment. So I've got a bit of a partnership on the go right now with a company called the Cruise Maps. You might have seen them on other live streams, on other YouTube videos, and I paired up with them as of last week. So I am able to offer you guys an exclusive 10% discount on anything that you would like to order from them. And what they do is they essentially offer satellite precision customized cruise maps. So think the cruise that you were on, if you would like to get the exact route mapped and presented on a wall in your house, then you can do that. Now, they offer maps that you can print, they offer digital maps, they offer a couple of other pieces of merchandise. And if you go onto their website, have a look round, which is just thecruisemaps.com, and anything on that site that you like the look of that you'd like to buy, pop it into your basket. And when you then go into the basket, you'll see a discount code. The discount code that you want to enter is Fraser at Sea, all one word, and that will automatically give you 10% off anything that you order on the website. The other thing that I should mention is that the cruise maps also do shipping globally, which is great news because I quite often speak to suppliers who serve the UK market, and they don't necessarily ship to the US or ship to Australia, which is where I know a lot of you guys are from. So yes, any order that you place with the cruise maps will qualify for free global shipping. So just remember, hop online and fire in your discount code, which is Fraser at Sea. And I'll leave that on the screen for you to have a look as we go through tonight's live stream. So let's get started with some comments. As I said earlier, any questions that you've got, fire them in the chat and let's work our way through. So Maria, you are up first, and it looks as though you joined us. Looks as though you joined us an hour ahead of schedule. God bless European timing. So, yes, you're saying you must do the newer El Neil. Seriously, you must take Laura and a couple of friends. Do you know if Laura is tuned into this live stream? I'm sure she will. I'm sure she will make me do that. So I won't be able to escape her now because you've suggested that. I actually haven't seen. I actually haven't seen this one. Is that is it the Nile? You need to let me know in the comments. Is it the Nile? I would love to do the Nile at some point. It's definitely on my bucket list. Um, Paul, what about a video of all the souvenirs? Exhibit A. I'm getting mixed up with what side I'm in, but Exhibit A. Maybe I could show you. Maybe I could show you in due course what I've been collecting while I've been traveling. My souvenirs got a little bit interesting last year because, as you know, I was on a lot of cruise ships, and when I started cruising, I started collecting ship models. Now, that was all fine and well when I was on 2 cruises a year, but last year I took about I can't remember the exact number, but I think I took about 19 different cruises, maybe just slightly more than 20, and if I had bought 20 different cruise ship models, you wouldn't be able to see me here because of the amount of ships that would be on your screen. So, yes. Yeah, maybe I'll do a YouTube short or maybe a TikTok video and talk you through some of my souvenirs. David, you are here from the Australian East Coast. Yeah, that will be Australian. Wow, it is like the middle of the night for you guys, I think. Some really familiar names here, which is great. Thank you so much to all of you for joining me tonight. Simon came by to say hi. You were standing near us on Queen Anne at Sail Away when we left Southampton en route to Rotterdam. Ah, that's cool. Well, hello. Um, yeah, next time I'm there, say hello. I always love to have a chat. I assume that people don't say hello because they know that I will just want to talk nothing but cruise ships. You won't be able to shut me up. But yes, Queen Anne, we're at the very back of the ship, just from what do you call it? The Lido pool, I guess, the pool at the back. And as you know, gorgeous, gorgeous weather. So I'll talk about Queen Anne in a little bit. I'm just scanning through all the comments that are talking about whether you could or couldn't hear me. Oh my goodness, there are so many of you here. Donna, sounding better before you were dropping bits of words. Okay, great. Well, thank goodness we are back. Tom, hello to you. Roxy, hello to you. Atomic Rancher, yeah, better. Okay, that get through to you. Carol, Carol, I met Carol on board Queen Anne, and she came to the Bright Light Society when I ended up having a starring role, which was entirely unexpected. And we then bumped into each other in the theatre when it was Cunard Insights, like the lecture series. So, Carol, it was lovely, lovely, lovely to meet you on Queen Anne. Thank you so much for coming on this live tonight. I am great. I'm really, really good tonight, actually. I was a little bit nervous coming on here tonight, to be perfectly honest with you. I was just speaking to Maria over on Facebook, and it always makes me laugh how nervous I get when I come on a YouTube Live. You'd think I'd be so comfortable with it by now, but I can go on camera on ships, I can go on camera like here in this room, but whenever it's live, I always do get really nervous. I don't know why, but thankfully all of you are here. There's 47 of you here now. So yeah, thank you so much to everyone for joining. You definitely calmed my nerves nice and early. Maria just tried doing okay, fine. You're still on audio issues, right? Let me skip by. Okay, Joanne, of all the wonderful wildlife you have seen on your cruise, what's been your favorite? Well, you'll know, Joanne, by now that I cannot resist a shameless plug, and I know you have seen my last video, but for anyone that hasn't seen my last video, which was from Puerto Limon in Costa Rica, that was absolutely my favorite wildlife spot. Now, when I've cruised to Alaska, when I've cruised to Norway, you quite often see things like whales, you quite see dolphins, but I've never seen what I would call tropical wildlife before. And when I cruised to Costa Rica, I was particularly nervous about tropical wildlife because everyone had told me there are snakes there, there are spiders there are things there that are going to want to kill you. And I then got off the ship in the morning and thought, okay, here we are, Costa Rica, show me what you can do. Now, I saw an animal in Costa Rica which I've never ever seen before, and I got so emotional when I saw it. So I saw a sloth in the wild, and we were just on this boat going through like the jungle canopy through a canal, and the driver of the boat said, "Hey, if you look up there, you'll see a sloth." And he just said it as if it's totally blasé, "Oh, there's a sloth up there if you want to see it." And it was amazing. This little guy was just hanging from the tree, living his best life, just chilling, and we got to see that. So yeah, I was delighted with that because we also saw monkeys that day, but they were being really loud and really active, so it was much easier to see them, whereas the sloth was so hidden in the trees that you really had to look for it. So yes, very good that's the first time anyone's ever asked that actually, so yeah, great question. Alison, never apologize for being late. We are here presumably for the full hour, so you are here in plenty of time. Carol, did you say something that says people Southampton? I did, yes. I actually tuned into the Stolen Ship live stream about an hour ago and watched some Princess Eve while I was having my dinner, which was, yeah, really lovely to see. Maria, yes, you're in there. The sloth absolutely was my favourite. I can see in the comments that my mum is here. Well, thank you for tuning in. I think our passenger at the moment, hopefully you drive as well. But yes, lovely to see you on a live. Hazel, and you get imaginary maps just to impress. Oh, I think you must be talking about the cruise maps, okay. Tamara, in the past, they absolutely can. When you go on to order your map, you'll be asked for an embarkation date, an embarkation port, and what ship you were on. I'm not sure how many months or years back it would go, but it would give you the option to just cycle back, and when you click what one it was that you were on, it'll then populate an image of, like, what you're ordering, basically. So, yeah, if there's anything you've done I haven't actually tried for, like, my first cruise, for example, but I ordered mine in the middle of August, I think it was. Yes, I ordered mine in the middle of August, and that was for a cruise that I went on in the middle of July. So, it definitely does a month back. I'm sure it does way longer ago than that as well, though, so yes, jump on the website, which is thecruisemaps.com and have a look. Very good question, Sarah. Sounds like noise cancellers turned on, have a listen when you finish. Yes, yes, I will have a listen when I'm finished. Hopefully. I think the sound is okay. Yeah, I can hear people talking about I can see people talking about my mum, so I think my voice is okay on here, so I'm going to keep going with it. Um, but yes, I'll definitely listen when I finish live tonight. John Paul, question. Any plans to cruise with Laura again? Laura's in high demand. So Laura and I do an annual cruise, and that annual cruise started when we did Alaska together about 2 years ago, I think that was. Last year we did Costa Toscana. This year we did Queen Anne, and we will definitely do one next year. We're considering Norway. We are considering slightly further afield. We're also looking at options for winter this year, but I can't tell you too much about that right now because nobody knows, not even me. So I'm not hiding anything. I just have no idea what the plan is for that. But yes, plans to cruise with Laura again, absolutely. Laura is like my best friend. as you can probably tell. And yes, we 100% will be in the future. On that note, let me pause and talk to you about how you can keep I mean, this is probably the most seamless transition I've ever let me tell you about how you can be the first to hear about any cruise plans that I have. Now, on your screen, you should hopefully be able to see a little bit about Patreon. Now, Patreon is essentially a service that you can use to subscribe to your favorite creators online. Now, when you come over to my site, which is patreon.com/Fraser, you'll be met with 5 different membership levels. Now, each of those levels provide a whole different range of benefits. They're in the process right now of being reviewed and being considered so that I can hopefully give you as much bang for your buck is maybe the best way of describing it as I can. Now, my support pledges are mostly monthly, and you can begin your support for less than the price of a cup of coffee from your local coffee shop. And that means that in the UK, you would be pledging £2.99 per month. I believe in the US, that equates to $4. So you've got 4 other tiers that then work their way up from there. If you'd like to come over, unlock written blog posts and unlock the ability to know where I'm going and when, then that'll be the entry level pledge. So yes, if you are interested in Patreon, then be patreon.com/C, and I would love, 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 love to see some of you over there. Now, other benefits that will unlock with Patreon, you get things like early access to videos, you get like access to really close-knit community over there, and probably the biggest one is that you get direct one-to-one Q&A opportunities. So on Patreon, you will then unlock a messaging that will come straight into my personal inbox. So while it can sometimes take a bit longer to turn around YouTube comments because there are so many of them coming in at times, Patreon means that you should, in theory, be able to get responses much, much quicker. So, yes, if you would like to come and support me over on Patreon, then it would be lovely to see you over there. All you have to do is search patreon.com/Fraser Okay, next question. Rika, do you know what they plan to do for a maiden port call on Queen Anne? No, I don't actually. I would imagine it's kinda similar to what they do with most other ships where you get cannon arrival and all that sort of thing. There's also a corridor on Queen Anne, which is where all the ship plaques are displayed, so when it calls in a port for the first time, they get presented with a plaque that will say, for example, Queen Anne called to Greenock for the first time on May 7th, 2024. That plaque is then displayed in the hall. So I'd imagine for every maiden port, they would have some kind of plaque giving ceremony. Yeah, but unfortunately, I don't have any inside scoop. So yes, I don't have any inside scoop. Simon, oh, you didn't want to interrupt. The sail away was amazing. Yeah, sail away was absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for coming on here and finding me. Really, really appreciate it. Louise, hi Fraser. Forgive me if I'm new to your channel. Well, first of all, thank you for being here, and secondly, welcome to Fraser at Sea. Thank you very much for subscribing. Have you done a river cruise? If so, would you recommend Avalon Waterways or Emerald Cruises? Very good question and very relevant question, Louise, because I have just got back from a river cruise. Now, I took a cruise with Riviera Travel. Louise, I don't know where you're based, but if you're in the UK, I cruised with Riviera Travel, and I'll be showcasing that cruise experience probably in about 2 months' time, realistically. I'm looking at the date right now, so it was the end of September, probably November time, my river cruise with Riviera coming on, and oh my goodness, it's such a beautiful experience. I will give you a bit more context in that video about the river cruise because they're very different to ocean cruise, how I felt the whole experience was. So stay tuned for that. Unfortunately, I don't have any experience of Avalon or Emerald, but if you message me on Instagram, I got some pictures of their ships when they were docking, so I can also send you them over. You can have a look. I would recommend checking out Gary Bembridge. So the YouTube channel is Tips for Travellers. If you just search Tips for Travellers river cruise rankings, he did a video recently that showed you the top river cruises and the ones to avoid by company. So I know that Avalon and Emerald are both on there. So check out Gary's channel. He will help you out. So that's yes, for travelers, Louise. Okay. Uh, Jennifer, I'm going on my first solo cruise in April through the Panama Canal on Serenity of the Seas. Yes, so you told me about this the other Panama Canal is amazing. You have seen my last video. I adore the Panama Canal. It's such a great cruise experience. So you're gonna love that. You're gonna absolutely love that. Cat and Mike, we enjoy your posts. Thank you so much for being here, Cat and Mike. Donna, question: have you ever done a Northern Lights cruise in October? If so, any tips or info booked on Aurora for October 2025? Okay, so Northern Lights cruises. No, I haven't done a specific Northern Lights cruise, but I have sailed on Aurora. I've also cruised Norway, which is where the Northern Lights are particularly famous. Now, October is probably a pretty good time of year to see them. I imagine your cruise is Northern Scotland or Norway or Iceland. October is a good time to see them. I hear a lot of people saying, "Oh, I'm doing a Northern Lights itinerary in July. What do you think?" And unfortunately, they just don't realize that you don't really get darkness in that part of the world, well, for the whole summer, really. So I think from about May until September, pretty light all day and all night, but from October onwards, it's probably a very good time of year to go and do them, right? So good. Aurora, I've got a ship tour coming from Aurora in a couple of weeks, so stay tuned on YouTube and you'll see that, but she is, spoiler alert, a beauty of a ship, so you should really, really enjoy that. Thank you, Donna. Simon, found your video on Norwegian Cruise Line going from New York to Canada. So informative. We're doing the same next year. I'm really glad you enjoyed that. So Norwegian Cruise Line, that was my first time back on my first ever cruise ship. I'm sure you'll know that because I was basically crying on the video telling you about that. But yes, it was such a special experience for me. And yeah, I just loved it. So I'm really glad that you enjoyed it. Georg, I saw you on Queen Victoria with sparkling eyes. I had to read that there to make sure there was nothing rude there. George, I saw you on Queen Victoria with sparkling eyes like a little boy at Christmas. How was Queen Anne for you in comparison? For me, it's a huge downfall with no Belfast. Okay, so yeah, I could let me minimize your comment 'cause I think it was hiding on. Yes, so Queen Anne is very, very different to Queen Elizabeth, which is the ship I was on, which is the same as Queen Victoria. And I can understand why more seasoned Cunard cruisers are a little bit nervous about sticking with Queen Anne because she is such a different cruise product. With Queen Elizabeth, Queen Victoria, and Queen Mary too, you get fluffy red carpets, you get the string quartet, you get the silent venues when there's nothing on, and it's very different to a lot of other cruise ships. But on Queen Anne, you get background music playing through everywhere, you get the modern venue, you get the bling, you have carpets that are doing goodness knows what with the patterns. You don't know what I mean until you see my ship tour, and there's a lot going on. Now, I did really like it, but I think it's really clear that Cunard are trying to attract a slightly different mindset on their ship. I don't think they're trying to attract a different customer. I think they're trying to attract a different mindset. That's a very, very interesting point because so many or a key point rather, so many people I've spoken to have said, "Oh, Cunard don't like they're not trying to bring in their loyal users onto here, they're trying to go for young people." And I totally disagree with that. I think what they're trying to do is change the perception of what the Cunard brand actually is. That that might be wrong, but that's just what I am thinking at the moment. Now, I got on the ship and thought, didn't really feel like Cunard, but by day 2, I woke up and thought, "You know what? This experience is exactly Cunard, it's just the actual fabric of the ship is very different." But don't worry, Jorg, I know exactly what you mean. But thank you for your question. Hazel, just been reading an article about Costa Rica, and it mentioned all the snakes. I'm gonna come back out that comment because what I don't need is to think about snakes right now. So yes, that comment is going off. Thank you, Hazel. Roxy, if you could go back and do one cruise again, which one would you choose? Easy. Panama Canal on Queen Elizabeth. It blew my mind. I was so impressed. yes, Panama Canal and Queen Elizabeth. I would do it again in a heartbeat. Let's see. Lovely to see you on here. I was just speaking to you. Ah, Annoyingly, my audio appears to be a little bit naff. Let me let me just play with my audio more time. If I change audio, is or is this still a bit of a struggle? Let me know in the comments if that got any better. Or it's very, very frustrating. I'm just waiting for someone to let me know if you can hear me any better now. No? How about now if I change to this audio? Is this audio any better? I suspect that you might be getting more of an echo through this audio, but I'm now trying the webcam. So let's see if we're any better on this audio. Hazel, better. Okay. Oh my goodness, what is going on with the audio tonight? I am so, so sorry about the audio. We will need to work on it. We will need to work on it for the next live stream. I echo cancellation on. Is that better? Oh my goodness. It's as if I've never done a live stream before, isn't it? So welcome to the inner workings of a YouTuber trying to figure out how to do a live stream. Joanne, loads better. Okay. Oh, right. Thank thank goodness. Hopefully that's better. I'm going to leave it like that, and I'm going to not touch anything and hope for the best. So, yes. Right. I think loads better. Okay, great. Right. I'm not going to touch anything. Let me let me get back to the questions. So, where were we? Mum at Sea. Okay, I'm looking to do a Christmas cruise. What have you done one? Yes, so I've cruised on Virtuosa at Christmas. I've also cruised on Queen Mary 2 at Christmas. I've done quite a few Christmas cruises. I I love them. The ships are absolutely beautiful at Christmas, and I don't really think you can pick a bad one. So you'll probably find from early December, the ships will all be decorated. So yeah, early December, you should have the whole month of decor. Yes. So I've never been on a ship for the 25th of December, but I have done ships during the month of December, and they're all absolutely beautiful. So yes, really, really recommend. Stephen, when are we seeing Wallace and Lomond next? So for anyone that's just tuned in right now, Wallace and Lomond are my parents' dogs, and the Lomond in particular seems to have got a bit of a cult following here on YouTube because I get so many comments and so many messages asking when Lomond is going to come back. So I'm actually going up to Scotland again in about 4 weeks. So yes, Wallace and Lomond. Wallace and Lomond will be coming your way very, very soon. Sherry Ann, live is different because you can edit. Don't I know that? This has been a relatively stressful 20-minute window trying to figure that out. But I think yes, we've maybe got there now. Alison, the river cruise boat looked gorgeous. Would you do another river cruise? Yes, in a heartbeat. There's a couple of considerations that I would make when it comes to the price point of river cruises, but yes, absolutely, and hopefully you'll see that in my video when it comes on YouTube. Guys, I can see that we've got quite a few of you here that don't currently subscribe to my YouTube channel. So if you are here and you're watching live tonight, or you're watching on playback further down the line and you don't currently subscribe, then all I need you to do is click that button, which you should have on your screen directly in front of you, and then you'll come on so many more of my ships going forward. So yes, if you don't currently subscribe, all you have to do is click that big button under the video. Terry, lovely to see you. As a Brit, what do you miss when you are cruising? Okay, so what do I miss? I probably miss I probably miss my home comforts the most, is what I would say. Um, yeah, I really miss like my favourite foods that I get at home. Weirdly, now when I cruise for like a week, I don't really miss things at that point. It's when I cruise for longer, and the things that I miss are maybe a little bit ridiculous. So it's, I mean, this sounds mad. It's things like a chippy. I absolutely love a chippy. I love to get a good takeaway. I love pickled beetroot. Pickled beetroot is something that I cannot get anywhere on the ships, but I miss pickled beetroot so much when I cruise. So, yes, maybe what I should do is try and take pickled beetroot on in a jar. But yes, I really miss chippies and pickled beetroot every single time I cruise. I don't know if that maybe makes it British. Um, Hazel, I think Emma Cruz has said the cruise maps could go back quite some time. Okay, great. So, yes, head to cruisemaps.com and you can pop in your trip and then score your 10% discount with Fraser at Sea. Yes. Uh, Joanne, are there any other cruise or travel YouTubers that you haven't met that you would still like to? There are so many. There are so many, and I almost don't want to answer that. I almost don't want to answer that because I'm a little bit worried that I might upset people. But cruise into YouTubers that I would love to meet that I haven't. I'd love to meet the obvious ones. I'd love to meet I would love to meet Gary Bembridge. So I was trying to meet up with Gary Bembridge for quite a while before I went on my sabbatical last year, but our dates just did not work. I'd love to catch up with him. I'd also like to meet Ben and David. I'd really like to meet Sweet Natured or Lindsay and Mark. So we've just not aligned to get on ships. There are so many YouTube channels though. You've got Gail and Mike, you've got some of the newer channels as well. I would love, to be honest, there's none that I wouldn't like to meet. It's probably the easier way of answering the question. Uh, of all the ones that I have met, there's none that I would never like to meet again. So yes, the thing that I love about the cruise YouTuber community is that we've all got such a strong passion for showing you guys the ship and for experiencing the industry. So yes, I'd love to meet them all. So yeah, if you are one and you'd love to meet me, then please drop a message. JP, did you expect your channel to grow so popular? Subscriber numbers look to be growing well. Yeah, do you know what? This is a really good question, and this is something that I'm gonna have to make sure that I just talk about this, otherwise I carry on. Sometimes I get overwhelmed when I think about YouTube because genuinely I started my YouTube channel because I didn't think people would like to watch it. So if you've seen any of my earlier videos, they didn't have me on them. It was all audio with like text on the bottom, and I just wasn't brave enough to put me on the screen. And when I rebranded to Fraser at Sea, I then thought, you know what, let's just go for it and let's get me on. I think I had put me on slightly before, but I hadn't properly went for the vlogs and stuff. So yeah, I put me on, and even now, like I genuinely can't believe every day I up, there's more people subscribing to the channel, and I love it. Like I actually love how much this community has grown because we've managed to grow without the trolls, which is something that I again didn't expect to happen. I thought that on YouTube people would follow and it would attract a lot of negative attention. And yeah, I also thought that like my friends might find it a bit weird and people I work with might find it a bit weird, but I've had none. I've genuinely had none of the negativity. So yes, I did never expect it to grow this much. Like we're now on 16,500 subscribers, which is mad because when I started my sabbatical, I think I had about 2,000. So yes, if you know anyone that's looking at cruise sites or looking for cruise information, then please send them my way. That would be great. Um, yeah, thank you, JP. That was actually a really lovely question. Now, one thing that I did want to talk to you about tonight is fraser@sea.com. Now, if you haven't heard of fraser@sea.com, then once I manage to, to figure out where you're going versus where my content is going, there we go. If you've never come across fraser@sea.com before, this is my relatively new website. So it's constantly getting um, upgraded, constantly getting updated. And one way that you can keep in touch with me is to head over and subscribe to my newsletter. Now, if you haven't done that already, all you have to do is head over to fraser@sea.com and then up at the top, click on sign up now. Now, when you head into that tab, you'll then have the ability to pop your email address into a box and then tick a button that says, I agree to receiving emails or marketing or something like that. tick that box and click submit, and you'll then be added to my subscriber list. Now, over there, it's totally free to join me over there, and I will just pop into your inbox every now and again. It's only every couple of weeks. I'll just pop in and say hello and show you what's new at favourite3.com. So, yeah, YouTube has been amazing because it's grown so well, JP. The website is now beginning to grow in popularity as well. So, yeah, if you haven't come over to check out .com, then please do. It'd be lovely to, yeah, tell you some more about all the ships that I'm on over there. Art Fever question on the Queen Anne, can you select your preferred dining table in the MDR? If so, would you need to see any dining questions? So we were fine sitting at a table for two on Queen Anne, but any questions, you just have to like go down and speak to me during the day, and they'll be able to help you out. Absolutely no problem. Dave, hi Fraser. Hello, Dave. Lovely to see you. Looking back on your amazing year last, sorry, looking back on your amazing year last year on all the cruises, if you were to plan it all again, what, if anything, would you do differently? From Dave in Scotland. Dave, it's funny it's cold in Scotland. I'm in the Midlands and it feels warm. I put my heating on for what, half an hour before this live, and it's off again. It's like 20 degrees in this house right now. But yes, what would I do differently? I think what I would do is stay on each ship for longer because I felt as though I was living out of a suitcase half the time. Like, yes, I would come on the ship, I would unpack into the cupboards and unpack into the drawers and whatever else, but I felt as though I was constantly thinking about getting that bag back out, packing it to then go on the next ship. So yeah, I think I would stay on each ship for longer. Like when I was on Rotterdam with the Holland America ship that's on YouTube right now, I was on there for 21 nights. And that was bliss because I was so chilled by the end of it. And yeah, it was way, 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 way better than doing like the three-nighter or the four-nighters that I was doing before. Um, we're now at the other sound issues. Okay, Paul. Paul, it's a learning curve. Yes, the start of this live was a bit of a learning curve. So yes, thank you. Thank you so much for staying with me, guys. I honestly thought when that was happening, everyone was about to leave. So yes, thank you. David, when I cruise, I expect the British or German or Italian experience. So I will never cruise Queen Anne. Ah, okay, so I think Queen Anne is definitely going to be an acquired taste for a lot of old cruisers. But I think there's a real place in the market for her. At the same time, Cunarda's got a big enough fleet that, and it's got a varied enough fleet that if you don't like it, there are other ships that you're going to love. So yeah, Fraser, I think your mum's dropping Christmas presents. Oh, is she? I actually didn't see my mum dropping a Christmas present in. Well, if she did, someone better message me. Someone better message me and tell me what she wanted because I have no idea. Um, guys, we've still got 51 of you here on the live, which is wonderful. It's great. So yes, if anyone's got any more thoughts, any more questions, fire them in the chat. I've got a few bits I need to pick up with you on, but I'll do that in the next 5 or 10 minutes. Okay, so Solent ships, I would say Marmite, but P&O has it on board. Okay, so yeah, let me know in the chat when you cruise, what is it that you miss the most? So I'm saying things like pickled beetroot because it's all fresh on ships rather than pickled. Solent chips is saying Marmite. Good luck getting that past customs. Yes. For me, yeah, for me it's definitely just real home comforts. But let me know in the chat if there's anything that you would miss. Now, what was the other thing that I was going to show you guys tonight? You know what? Let me just bring up our cruise map thing again. Right, here we go. So, cruise maps. If you haven't noticed, behind me at the moment, on this side here, which you'll see when I go to the screen again, is a map from one of my recent cruises that I took on board Virgin's Resilient Lady. Now, I teamed up with the Cruise to offer you guys a 10% discount on any of your orders. All you need to do is head over to the website, cruisemaps.com, do your shopping, and then fire Fraser at Sea in as your discount code, and you'll get your discount. Now, personally, I did want to talk to you about the cruise maps while I've got you on here because I go on so many of these ships, and I take so many photos, so many videos, and to be perfectly honest, I never spend any time looking back at them, and nor do I have all over my house framed pictures of all my cruises because there would just be far too many to choose from. Now, this is actually quite good because it lets me remember my cruise without having a big picture of me up in the house. It's actually a really, really nice touch. If you'd like to see a more close-up picture of mine, I'll post it on my Instagram stories tomorrow morning. And yes, that way you can maybe get a bit more of an up-close view of the product that I've actually got. Because what I can't do right now is jump up behind me, grab it off the wall, and bring it back to show you. So yes, I'll show you tomorrow morning what my cruise map actually is and what it looks like. Um, Paul, a cruise at Christmas. Yes, I would love to go on a cruise at Christmas. Maybe that's what Laura and I will do at some point. Who knows? Stephen, question: what do you miss most from North of the Border? Chili pie, slice, iron brew, or potato scones? Do you know, I don't really miss any of them too much because I'm in Scotland enough that I get a supply and I bring it back down. So my house at all times has got iron brew. I've always got the square sausage in the freezer. I've got potato scones in there too. So I've also got my bagpipes here. So I think I've told quite a lot of you before, but I actually play the bagpipes in my free time, which is, I know, terribly cliche, terribly Scottish. But yes, I play the bagpipes and I also have them in the house. So I'd like to think my house is probably one of the most Scottish ones that you could come to if you were to find yourself in England at any point. Yes, I don't really have anything that I miss that much, to be honest with you. Okay, now what I did want to catch up with you on while we're on alive was talking about future cruises and also talking about the cruises that I've been on since we last spoke. Now, coming up, I'm hopefully going to be going away. The next time I'll be on a ship is hopefully going to be the middle of October. Now, I can't tell you what ship that is yet for the simple reason that the cruise isn't booked. Now, if you are over on Patreon, I'll be posting a message to you guys tonight to ask you your thoughts about this news. So, yeah, if you'd like to come over to Patreon, which is just patreon.com/Fraser at Sea, then you can join my conversation about whether or not I should book my next cruise out of Southampton in October. But the previous ones that I've been on, so I've just got back from Queen Anne, which I was on with Laura, as you all know. Before that, I took the river cruise, and before that, I was on board Brazilian Lady with Virgin. Now let's start from Virgin and let's work our way forward. Now with Virgin, I took a cruise out of Piraeus in Greece, and we went to Croatia, we went to Montenegro, and then we went to Corfu on the way back down. Now these three ports, if you've never if you've never done Croatia and Montenegro as part of a cruise itinerary, you absolutely need to try and squeeze that in at some point. I was blown away by how different both Croatia and Montenegro were to a typical Mediterranean itinerary. For me to fly to Barcelona, it would take me about 2 hours from where I live, and for me to fly to Piraeus or to Athens, I think it took about 3.5 hours. But the difference in cruise experience was absolutely enormous. It was huge. So I'll be posting some videos from Resilient Lady on YouTube to show you what that experience was like. I know she's currently here in the UK, which is really cool to see because so many people are now on that ship, and it's bringing me such lovely memories of being on there. But yes, if you've never cruised to the Adriatic, then you absolutely need to try it at some point. After I got off of the Croatian cruise, I then took a river cruise with Riviera Travel. Now, I was on there for 7 nights, and that was a 7 night trip out of Cologne, Germany. Now, I've never been on a river cruise before. I had no idea what to expect. I had heard that river cruises were just really, they were really just for old people, and a young person really wouldn't enjoy it. Now, I then set myself a bit of a mission to fully understand how I could enjoy a river cruise as a young person. I am delighted to report that I loved it. I absolutely loved everything about the River Cruise. It was so good, it was so luxurious, it was so premium, and it was so relaxing. It was definitely the most relaxed I've ever been after being on a cruise anywhere in the world. It was the strangest feeling where by about day 3, I was more or less horizontal, how relaxed I was. It was mad. So I'll show you more from the river, as I mentioned earlier, probably November time, by the time I filter through the remaining couple of bits of content from my last few trips. And then my most recent cruise has been Queen Anne, which we have spoken about briefly earlier in the live. But Queen Anne is fundamentally a very, very, very different ship to the rest of the Queen Anne fleet. The first video that I'm going to publish from Queen Anne, and it will come ahead of all my other videos, will be the Queen Anne ship tour. Because I think it's really relevant and really important because I'm getting so many questions right now about what I thought Queen Anne was like from a visual point of view. Did I think it worked? Did I think it felt weird? And to be perfectly honest, all of those questions I will be able to answer in a ship tour. So yes, watch this space here on YouTube, and I'll get a full ship tour from Queen Anne uploaded in due course. What I would say is that for Laura and I to film a ship tour of that ship within a 4 night cruise, I think it was a 4 night cruise, maybe was it 3 nights? No, I think it was four. It was hard. It was so difficult. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so we managed it. We got every single venue with no people, including the swimming pool, which was nothing short of a miracle. But yes, I will get that uploaded over the next couple of weeks, and you can see an introduction to Queen Anne. Uh, yeah, I'm sure there's something wrong with me because I take no pictures ever, no matter where I go. Ah, okay, you are so different to me, Maria, because I take pictures of basically everything, like everything in my life. If I could take a picture of it, I will. Tamara, from Virgin to River to Nan. So totally different atmospheres, wasn't a bit of a shock. Good question. I I don't think I would say shock, no. I would say I was very aware of how different they were, yes, but by the time I left Virgin, I was ready to chill out. So the river cruise was probably perfect timing for me because Virgin is very sort of all go all the time. So yes, I was ready for the river cruise. Queen Anne, Queen Anne was funny because as much as Cunard usually is chilled, Queen Anne didn't feel chilled. So yeah, it wasn't a shock. It was really interesting to see. Do excuse me while I take a drink. Anytime I've done a live stream with Laura, she then fills the gap when I take a drink. So it's a little bit more awkward when I'm on my own. Postcard and a pint. Good evening. If you guys don't currently follow Postcard and Pint, head over and show them your support. That would be great. Alison, I'm going on Cunard in 26, so you are. I'm excited to be going on Cunard, which I never thought I'd be able to afford. Me neither. So if you remember back to when I was on Queen Elizabeth, I got super emotional on Queen Elizabeth because I never, ever, ever thought I'd be able to afford Cunard. Like I just never thought it would be possible. Now, Cunard is such a wonderful product, Alison. You will love it. Make sure it's not until 2026, but make sure that you check out my videos from Queen Anne because hopefully they'll get you more excited. Hopefully they'll help you figure out what you want to do and when. But if you've got any questions, obviously just drop me a message. Right, a really lovely ship. So yes, David. Question: have you given a thought to included niche guided or meet and greet tours for your subscribers? I've seen a few YouTubers doing them in the future. Ah, so okay. Do you mean group cruises? Because if you do, yes, I've had quite a few requests for a group cruise over the last couple of months, and those requests have got more as we've got towards the end of the summer, where I think I'm probably getting about at the moment to try and do a group cruise. So yes, I would like to think at some point in the future we'll think about a group cruise, but nothing planned yet. But all of you guys here on YouTube will be among the first to hear. So yes, hopefully at some point in the future. Eugenia was on Queen Anne September 1st. There were more positive and negative in her opinion. The ship never felt crowded, staff outstanding, like to try one of the other queens. Eugenia, head over and check Queen Elizabeth's ship tour. She's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So yes, absolutely stunning. Check that one out now. Alison, I'm thinking maybe the same anime. What's the cheapest cruise you went on? Cheapest cruise I went on is actually my next cruise coming to my YouTube channel. So I took a cruise with Margaritaville at Sea, which is a cruise line that attracts a lot of mixed reviews and a lot of criticism, to be honest with you. Now, I cruised with Margaritaville at Sea out of their main head port in Florida, and I took a 2-night cruise with them down to the Bahamas. It was so different to anything that I have ever experienced, and I'm looking forward to showing you that on YouTube. Their prices are ridiculous. Like, you can go on a 2-night cruise for $90 and all this. So, yeah, that was my cheapest cruise. Sit tight, and yeah, on YouTube in a couple of weeks' time, I will show you my fee. Question. I'm the October 27th sailing on Virgin from Barcelona to Miami during a Halloween cruise. What was the weather at the pajama party on the 8 days at sea? um, it was fine. So our pajama party was the night we left Barcelona. The pajama party is usually the first night of your Virgin cruise, so it won't be, or I don't think it will be, as you're going across the Atlantic. If you haven't seen my transatlantic videos yet, then head over to my YouTube channel. My goodness. Sorry, guys. Head over to my YouTube channel, and on there you'll see a Virgin playlist. So if you click on Valiant Lady, you'll see what the transatlantic was like. But our weather for the pajama party on night one was totally fine. It was warm actually, but from that point on, after we left Madeira, it was rough for probably 3 days. And then it was lovely. So yeah, but even at that, it wasn't bad. It was just a bit up and down is what I would say. I think I'm a bit more settled with sideways rocking the ship, but this one was up and down, which was so yeah, you might want to take some fitness tablets if you get affected. Okay, we've got a couple of minutes left, so let me just run through. Any final comments and we'll work our way through. Leah, I know I told you there's something wrong with me. Yeah, yeah, I take pictures of chances are if I ever meet you, Maria, I'll be taking a picture of you. So yeah. And you should start mentioning the total from the cruises you go on. Yes, one of my most frequently asked questions is how much I pay for cruises. I'm going to do a video to talk to you about how much I budget or how I budget, how much I spend, so on and so forth, because so many people want to know. Yeah, do not worry. Jennifer, I'd be so excited to go on a cruise and make sure there's plenty of notice. All that, I will add you to the list of people who are asking for a group cruise. So yes, there would be loads of notice on the way. I'm not gonna say we're going on a ship and it's gonna be tomorrow out of Southampton, make your way to the port. But yes, I really like the thought. I really like the thought of a group cruise because it would give us all like however many friends from day one, wouldn't it? The postcard and a pint. We've heard of Margaritaville. It's been very mixed reviews. Can't wait to see. Yes, stay tuned. That is going to be an interesting one. Dr. Stew, which ship is best for Panama? Now, hmm, good question. If you've seen my last Panama Canal video, you will have seen that there's two different lock systems for the canal. You can either go through the old locks, which are the old original locks, or you can go through the new ones, which were completed in 2016. Now, the new ones, which are called the Agua Clara and the Cocolai locks, they are impressive, but the wall is really far away from the ship, and it's cool, but it's not jaw-droppingly amazing like the old locks are. Maybe it would be if you hadn't seen the old locks, but the old ones are remarkable. So they are Gatun locks, Miraflores locks, and Pedro Miguel locks, and they're stunning because the ship. I mean, honestly, if I'm on the ship, I can touch the wall. They don't could do that, but I could touch them all. So yes, if you're planning a Panama Canal cruise, I would always try and do the old lock system. Now, to know which lock system you're going through, it's important to understand if your ship is a thing called Panamax or not. Now, Panamax is a size of ship. If it is a Panamax ship, then it's been designed to fit through the old lock system. So chances are you'll go through the old one. But if it's not Panamax, then chances are it won't fit and you'll be going through the new locks. So yeah, check out my most recent video, Stu, because that will fill you in completely. Anyway, what website do you go to get the best cruise deals, or do you just use the official website? To be honest, the advice I would give is use the official website, get a price that you're happy paying, and then speak to your travel agent. And yeah, get your travel agent then to work their magic is probably the best way to put it. Now, my travel agent, I'm absolutely like sold on her. I think she's absolutely amazing. So, like any tips on who my travel agent is, I can't mention it here on a live this isn't any form of an ad. And yeah, obviously travel agents can change and whatnot. But if you'd like to know my travel agent, then just drop me a message on Instagram or drop me a message on if you're over there, like what you speak to me on, just send me a message and I would be delighted to help you. But wow, we made it to the full hour. Now I have to apologise for the sound at the start of this live. It's been very up and down. But realistically, the first 30 minutes, which is so far from ideal. But thank you so much for sticking with me today. Couple of things before I go. The first thing is head over to the cruisemaps.com. Check out what those guys are offering because you can get over there. That's like what is going that show the exact route that your cruise took while you were on board. You can get them really nicely titled, you can get them framed and shipped to your house to display it on your wall. If you use the discount code Fraser at Sea, that will score you 10% off. Second thing, come over to my website, fraseratSea.com, and receive my free updates. Way to do that, just head to fraseratSea.com, click on sign up now at the top of your screen, put your email address in, just tick the box, say you agree to being contacted, and then I'll speak to you every couple of weeks just about what's new on the website. And third, if you'd like to support me, then come and find me on Patreon. www.patreon.com/Fraser at Sea. Well, look, we got there. Wow, that was quite the hour. Thank you so much to all of you for sticking with me. If you are watching the live stream right now and you're not subscribed right here to Fraser at Sea, all you have to do is go down below and click that subscribe button. It'll take you 1 second to do and totally free of charge, and it'll make me smile and do a little happy dance. Also, if you could give the live a thumbs up for me, that would be amazing because that just helps to show YouTube that you've enjoyed the live, and yes, it'll help more people. So, Alison, thank you for a great live. Not the end of the world, but the sound, I couldn't do that for yes, yeah, I'm not entirely sure if I'd be able to sit and do it for another hour with the sound going like that. So, oh, yes, I'm gonna go get a glass of wine now. Yes, as I say, whenever you're watching, thank you so much, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you all soon. See ya. Well, that was fun. Thank you so much for joining me here today for this YouTube Live. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, it would be great if you would come and support Fraser at Sea on all of my social platforms. You're already here on YouTube, so if you haven't yet, just click that subscribe button, which should be on your screen now for you, and then you'll be coming with me on all of my trips going forward. I'd also love for you to come and find me on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok. Just search Fraser at Sea. If you'd like to support me even more, then why not come and find me on Patreon? To get me over there, all you have to do is search www.patreon.com/Fraser at Sea. And finally, please do come and check out my website at fraseratsea.com. I'm constantly working to upgrade and update this website so that hopefully it'll be really beneficial to you when you're planning your next cruise. But wherever you have watched this live from today, thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for your ongoing support and have a wonderful rest of your day.